Hello. Welcome back to Sabbath School Flashcards. It's Preparation Day, Friday, January 24, 2020. As usual for Fridays, today's lesson will take the form of a quotation under the label Further Thought. And then we will look at some discussion questions. Today's quotations are excerpts from the book Prophet and Kings, written by Ellen G. White, pages 512 and 513. Reading. Important are the lessons to be learned from the experience of the Hebrew youth on the plain of Dura. In this our day, many of God's servants, though innocent of wrongdoing, will be given over to suffer humiliation and abuse at the hands of those who, inspired by Satan, are filled with envy and religious bigotry. Especially will the wrath of man be aroused against those who hallow the Sabbath of the fourth commandment, and at last a universal decree will denounce these as deserving of death. The season of distress before God's people will call for a faith that will not falter. His children must make it manifest that He is the only object of their worship, and that no consideration, not even that of life itself, can induce them to make the least concession to false worship. To the loyal heart, the commands of sinful, finite men will sink into insignificance beside the word of the eternal God. Truth will be obeyed though the result be imprisonment or exile or death. Discussion questions. Read 1 Peter 1:3-9, reading. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, which according to His abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible, and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation ready to be revealed in the last time. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ. Whom having not seen, ye love, in whom, though now ye see Him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. Now think on these questions. Why does God rescue some and not others from suffering? Or is the answer to questions like this something that we just aren't going to get now? In cases where miraculous deliverances don't occur, why do we need to trust in God's goodness despite such disappointments? If this incident had ended with the death of the Hebrew men in the fiery furnace, what lessons could we take away from it still? From our understanding of last-day events, what will be the issue, the outward sign, that will show whom we worship? What should this tell us now about how important the Sabbath really is? Read Luke 16:10, reading. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. How do Christ's words here help us understand what it means truly to live by faith? Read again Daniel 3:15, reading. Now if ye be ready that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made, well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace, and who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? When Nebuchadnezzar says, who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? How would you answer that question? Be prepared to discuss your answers in Sabbath school class tomorrow. Make notes in your quarterly if necessary. This is Witness Glenn. Have a safe and productive preparation day. And please guard well the edges of the Sabbath.